Hey guys, welcome to PHENOMSOUND. If you enjoyed my previous drum and bass tutorial, I have a very good news for you because I've just made a really nasty drum and bass evolved. It's quite similar dubstep sound, but this one is a little bit more heavy and fat, so I decided to share it with you guys. Check this out. If you would like to get this FL Studio project, all the Serum presets and all the samples from it, feel free to check out my Patreon page. There are tons of interesting music production content that you might like. Also, I've just posted a new mixing tutorial for my Dubstep Guru YouTube members. I've used the same mixing technique in this job. So if you want to make your tunes sound like this, feel free to hit the join button below and become a Dubstep Guru. Okay, let's get to the sound design. Let's create the initial preset. And the first oscillator is going to be the Squelchy 2. Set the octave to -2. This sound is currently being post-processed a little bit. I have the OTT and a couple of EQs, but we will get to it a bit later. Let's move the level down and automate it. Make the envelope look like this. Turn on the triggering and set the rate to 1/4. Enable the second oscillator and it's going to be the evolution. Set the semitone to 7. Move the wavetable position up and move the level all the way down. Drag the first LFO to the wavetable position of the first oscillator and set it at 70. And let's FM from B on the first one. Set the automation at 45. Select sync on the second one. And let's enable the filter. First we are going to use the high notch 12. Set the cutoff at around 10 Hz and automate it. Set the automation at 55. Also drag it to the resonance. Set it at 35. Set the frequency at 95%. And set it at -55. And set the drive at 30%. Let's also enable the filtering of the noise oscillator and enable it. Select the sim mic bleed, set the pitch at 70, move the level down and automate it. Love this type of noise, it's really soft, without any harshness. If you've noticed, I'm using it in the most of my sounds. Also, let's enable the sub oscillator and set the octave down to -2. Move the level down and drag the automation to the level. So clean at this stage, it sounds like this. But I'm cutting the lows on my EQ, so it's all up to you. Now let's get to the second LFO and make it look like this. Set the rate to 1.5 and automate the wavetable position of the second oscillator and the sync. On this knob, move it all the way down and on the sync, set it at 40. So now we have a really interesting movement due to the different buttons and rate speeds on different oscillators. Also, let's use this oscillator to automate the filters parameters, particularly the resonance, set it at 60. Nice. Let's get to the effects tab and enable the flanger. Set the mix at 50%. And do the same with the phaser. Next, we are going to be using the multiband compressor with the gain set at 16.5 decibel. The multiband compression is very important in this sound. Set the heights compression at 70, mids at 90, and let's reduce the low speed, setting it to 60%. The compressor makes a really big difference. Next, let's enable the delay. It's one of my favorite tricks in Serum. I'm using it on the most of my sounds. I'm calling it the delay trick. I'm setting the left and right delay time at around 30. Setting it to the ping pong. Over here in the frequency field, let's type in the 3000 and set the Q to the 0.6. So it should look like this. But let's make it really subtle by setting the mix to something around 15%. Really amazing technique if you want some more space to the sound but don't want to use the reverb because it's too harsh sometimes, while the delay is really smooth and you can control the frequencies of the delay effect. And finally, let's go to this matrix tab and open up the LFO number 3. Make it look like this. Also set the rate to 1.5, and we are going to be using it to automate the master tuning. Select the master tuning as a destination and select the LFO number 3 as its source. Make it unipolar and set the amount at 3. You can use a couple of controllers to make this sound almost totally different. For example, this octave of the second oscillator does a huge difference. You can reduce the semitone to 0. Or play with the sync. Change the pitch of the sound. Or with the FM knob. I really enjoy this sound so much. Hope you do as well. Let's get to the post-processing, and here I have the OTT compressor with the downwards compression set at 7%, depth at 76%, and I've reduced the high frequencies a bit. Next, I have a couple of EQs with low cut and some mud reduction, and another high frequency reduction EQ, which reduces the sharpness of the sound. So clean, it sounds like this. And once again, in the mix, it sounds like this. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to grab my Cyber Serum preset pack. It is available on my Patreon shop. You can find all of the links in the description of this video. It's a really must-have preset pack, and I'm sure that you will find your perfect presets in there. I welcome you to join my Discord server. There is a really cozy vibe in there, and we are waiting for you there. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!